This is a Pilates Reformer workout for when you've had it officially. I'm not gonna lie, I've been going through it. You know that when I am not feeling awesome, I tend to beat us both up. So today we are going to do a full reformer workout full of things that are gonna be difficult. We're gonna feel better when we get through this. We'll do 2 heavy springs, headrest will be up, meet me lying down. And you know what, if you are not feeling it, let's send each other some love in the comments, all right? I could stand to hear it, I'm sure your fellow viewers could stand to hear it too. So for this one, we can put the balls of the feet on the foot bar with the heels lifted, high heel position. If you'd rather have something a little less intense, go for arches on the foot bar. Let's begin, just both feet planted, nice and simple for a second. Straighten your legs out long, keep your heels lifted high, and then bring the carriage back in. Keep your knees tracking right in line with your toes and right in line with your hips. Don't worry, this is not the limit of how intense this is gonna be, so don't bail. We're just getting used to going out and in, getting our alignment really sorted, having a moment where we're not juggling 17 variables to get our rib cage alignment into place, get the sacrum really heavy, and maintain a really nice neutral spine. Good, let's just do one more, and then we'll start to take it to single leg. So coming all the way in. Now pick up your right leg, tabletop. Extend your left leg long. Now that starts to feel quite a bit more meaningful, right? Bend your left knee. So nothing's happening with this right leg. I know you're eager to move it around. We're not moving it around yet. We're keeping it just nice and steady, keeping that left leg really mobile. We've got 2 more like this. Really try to isolate this work in the left thigh. Good. Now as we go forward, we're going to extend the right leg over the foot bar. Exhale, bend, bring it to tabletop. So as we go forward, the right leg extends forward too. As we come back, the right leg bends. I've already forgotten my right and left. It's going great. Good. Just a few more. Last 2. And 1. Now we're extended out. We're going to reach the right leg up to the ceiling, take it over the foot bar. Now we're going to bend it to tabletop as we press out, extend it up, do a little bicycle. Press the left leg out, tabletop, extend up, reach it over the foot bar. So we're drawing these big circles with the right leg as we press out and in. So like a développé in ballet or like a can-can. Now we're gonna reverse that. So bend your left leg, reach your right leg over the foot bar, come up, right leg goes right up to the ceiling. Draw that circle, reaching down, up, and around. 4 more. Now your left thigh might be getting pretty tired, and I say, good. I'm gonna beat it up today. Of course, if you're feeling pain, don't do it. If you're feeling up to it, let's find the burn. Good. That's your 6. Now come all the way up, reach your left leg long, tap the foot bar down, reach your right leg up. So we don't want any crazy shifting in the pelvis. Try to keep this as steady as possible, and just, you can use your eyes or your hands to observe what's happening. If you feel yourself dipping way over to one side, usually that's going to happen over toward the right side because you're losing that, or removing that right foot from the foot bar. Just give it a little lift. And this right thigh is getting a little bit warm now too. Bring it all the way in. Close the stopper, just rock side to side. We're gonna go right to the other side. So your brain is gonna wanna do a bunch of crazy stuff with the left leg. We're not starting there, we're starting at the beginning. So we're gonna bring the left leg up to tabletop. Extend your right leg out, and then bend the knee, come right back in. Left leg stays still. I say to my daughter, she's 6. I've been using this term for a while. When I need her to stay still when I'm doing her, I say statue. So statue with your left leg, moving picture, or movie with your right leg. Good, 3 more. Last 2. And last 1. Now this left leg can get active. No longer statue. We reach over the foot bar, bend your leg to tabletop as you come in. Reach over the foot bar, bend it to tabletop as you press out. Let's do it 4 more times. Reach forward and back. This is 3. Steady pelvis, please. Keep breathing. And last 1. Good, now we're gonna start to do our bicycle. Reach over the bar, bend to tabletop as you go out, reach the leg straight up to the ceiling, and then keep it straight as you come in. Bend to tabletop as you press out, extend straight up to the ceiling, straight leg down as you go out. 4 more. Good, this is 3. So drawing that big circle. Final 2, try to keep it in parallel. I just noticed my leg was turning out a little bit, but you want your knee to stay facing your nose when it's extended up. Let's reverse, not out to the side, that is. Reach the leg straight up, bend your knee to tabletop, reach over the bar. Go straight up, bend, as you come in, reach over the bar. 4 more. Really find that full extension in the right leg as you go out. I say that because I notice myself cutting the corner a little bit. Last 2. And the last one. Good, we're gonna go straight up to the ceiling. Last one, I'm starting to regret the fact that I did this on the other side, but we're gonna do it. Tap your foot down and reach it up. So what will not be worth your time? This can kick. We don't want a can kick. Control on the way down, control on the way up. Your time is valuable. Treat it as being valuable. Control it the whole way through. Lots of energy through that leg. Last one. Very nice. Bring it all the way in. Super fast massage. Let's put your calves on the bar, rock side to side. Quick little calf massage. Very nice. Then you know what? Let's stay on that too heavy spring load. We're going to lower the headrest in this case. Feet will come to the outside corners of the foot bar. Quick bridges, not articulated, flat back, because I really want to focus on getting glute and hamstring activation. We'll get into articulation later. So think about your feet as being on the upper corners of the bar, not on the side facing you. Keep your long spine. We're going to take a big breath in, exhale, lift up your hips, try to keep the carriage still, and lower down. It's not a heavy spring load that we have on here. So for bridges, that means it's going to be a little harder actually, because the more springs you have underneath you for bridging, the more support you have, the easier it is to keep the carriage still. We have fewer springs. That means it's going to be a little harder for us to stabilize. So while you do this, lots of squeeze through the glutes and the hamstrings. Also feel yourself connect to your deep core. That space between your hip bones, we want to feel like that's pulling inward and together toward your midline. Good. 2 more like this. And last one, lift and hold, little pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold, flex your feet. Now we're going to press the carriage away, bend your knees. Knees are going to go wide since we're in this big wide turnout. Good. Think about your butt is lifting up a bit as you come in. Abs are still on. Good. We'll do 2 more to make it 5. And last one. Very good. Come all the way down. Rest your bottom down on the carriage. Figure 4 stretch. Left foot is on the bar. Right ankle crosses your left knee. Press that knee away. Let's rock side to side. Good. Other leg. Left ankle crosses your right knee. Rock side to side. When you're ready, roll up. We're going to switch to 1 heavy and 1 light spring. And come to kneeling on the carriage, facing the back of the machine. Now for this one, you can do this on straight arms or you can do it on bent elbows. If you do it with bent elbows, you're going to be on your forearms, hands wrapped around the shoulder blocks. If you do it on straight arms, you can have your hands down on the carriage or up on the shoulder blocks. What are we doing, you may ask? Wonderful question. We're going to bring your left foot onto the foot bar, anchoring your weight onto your right knee. Bring your hips really square. So think about both hips pointing equally down toward the carriage. Push up through your hands or up through your forearms. Bring your knee to face down. And we're going to push into the foot bar. Press your leg long behind you. Bend your knee, bring it back in. So as you push out, we want to hold the spine really, really straight. Really long. I forgot the word I wanted to use. Good. 2 more. Nice little glute and hamstring activator to tag onto our bridges we just did. Now from here, rotate your knee out. So you'll see I'm kind of doing like a little fire hydrant situation. You can step your foot out to the side a little bit more. Try to keep your hip pointed as down as you can while that knee is pointed to the side. And bend and extend. Good, we're gonna go for 6. Good, so I'm trying, maybe not fully succeeding, but I'm trying to keep my hands under my shoulders as best as I can. I'm trying to use lots of control, not too much power, as I extend in and out. Good, other side. Close the stopper. We'll bring up the other leg. So we'll start in parallel again. Heel on the foot bar, knee pointed down, hips pointed equally down in this case. Push through your hands or through your forearms. Find energy through the upper back and through the arms. We're gonna take a big breath in. Exhale, extend, and bend. So we talked about statue versus movie. You want your torso and your upper body to pretty much be a statue, right? You've got 3 more. Still lots of pressure down. You're trying to push the reformer down through the floor. Keep your shoulders, over your wrists or over your elbows. Close the stopper, and then we're gonna rotate your right leg out to the side. So still with your foot on the foot bar, your knee is gonna rotate out to the side. Try to bring your right hip down as much as you can. Extend your leg and bend. So we do wanna prevent ourselves from going into like a back arch situation. So keep your ribs pulling up toward the ceiling and check in with your low back. Make sure you're not arching your low back or reaching your tailbone out behind you. I want this to be more of a long line than an arch. Your left leg is probably working pretty hard to help you stabilize. That's okay. Last one. And bring it back to a close. Quick stop. Carriage comes to the stopper. Hips down to your heels. Arms reach long along the sides of your frame. Take a big breath in. Exhale, let it go. Big breath in. Exhale, let it go. While we're here, normally I would save this for later, but let's go to 1 heavy spring. If you want to do 1 light spring, you can. We're going to do planks. Same setup we were in roughly. I'm going to take it to the forearms here because I find that that is a little bit easier for me to control underneath me, and I need that today. You could do this on straight arms if you like, but I will bring my hands around the shoulder blocks, toes curled under, up against the sandpaper or up against the platform. Take a moment, big breath in, exhale, push through your forearms like you're pushing the mat away. Knees and thighs are squeezed together or as close as you can get them. Pull your knees up, press the carriage out, find your long plank. So we want to think about there being a long line from your crown to your shoulders to your hips to your heels. Once we have it, we're going to start to move. Bend your knees and extend out. Bend your knees and extend out. Let's take 8. This is 7. 6. Long line in between. And incorporate your lower body. So make sure your glutes and thighs are active. It's not just about core or arms. 2 more. And last one. Press out, hold. Now we're going to pulse the carriage forward. Like you're pushing through the hands, pushing the shoulder blocks forward and back. 5 more. 4, 3, last 2, and 1. Bring it back, rest. Knees down to the carriage, hips down to heels, arms reach forward in front of you. Big breath in. Exhale, release. Big inhale. And exhale, let it go. Good. Roll up. We're going to take our pikes next. So I want to do a single leg variation today. So I'm going to put my right ankle over my left ankle. My left foot is curled under up against the sandpaper. I'm going to lift my knees and come up to my pike position. Pike up, stick your bottom up toward the ceiling, and then flatten back out. Come up, And then flatten back out. If you'd like, you can send that leg up to the ceiling as you pike their top leg. That is not my wish for myself at this moment. Good, we're gonna do 2 more on this side, and then you guys we get to do it all again on the other side. Find that full plank in between. Good, bend your knees, bring it in. Put your right foot down to the sandpaper. Left foot is on top. Push the carriage down to the floor like you're pushing through your forearms. Lift your knees, find that full plank, and now we're gonna pike up, look at your toes, and then flatten back out right to your plank. Once again, lifting your bottom, looking at your toes, looking down at the carriage as you flatten back out. Good. We've got 4 more. Last 3. Final 2. And last one. Good, bend your knees, bring it in, take your rest. Child's pose, anything you prefer, and we'll get ready to move on. All right, so we're still in the heavy spring. Sit down, we're gonna face the back of the machine. Straps are in your hands. Sit up really tall. And if you need to cross your ankles to make this work, absolutely do that. We want just a little bit of space between your bottom and the back edge of your machine, please. We'll start with hands and straps, seated high, and palms are gonna flip to face the floor, okay? Once we're here, chest expansion, nice and simple. Let your hands float next to the edge of your machine or the sides of the frame. Our goal is not to take the hands so far back that weird stuff needs to happen through the torso. Don't worry, there's time for that later. We're gonna try to keep really tall, keep our wrists really straight, keep our upper body and our abdominals really active. Good, we'll take 2 more like this. And last one, hold, look over your left shoulder, center, look over your right shoulder, center, bring it back. Again, press back, look over your right shoulder, center, look over your left shoulder, center. Now we let the hands float forward, flip your palms to face up, find this little bicep curl position, and we're just gonna hinge back from here. Elbows right in line with your shoulders, keep your flat back, hinge back, and come forward. So we wanna try to avoid curling at this point. There will be time for all this later. We're just hinging, long spine. Not that fun, but you'll feel great tomorrow. All right, let's take 3 more. Final 2. And last one, hinge back, reach your arms straight up overhead, round forward, reach past your toes, pull your hands back. Good, bring your hands forward again, up to your bicep curl, hinge back, reach your arms up overhead, round forward, pull the straps back, let them come forward again. 1 more time, hinge back, reach your arms up, use your breath, round forward and pull. Very good. Let's go into our next rowing variation. Knuckles together, elbows wide, one of my favorites. I'm gonna do my best not to hit this microphone. I think I just did. Knuckles planted right in front of your chest, elbows lifted, round into your back space. Big rounded shape. Reach your arms out to the side. Now round through the spine. Try not to move the carriage. Pull back rather. Grab your hands, bend your elbows wide, reach up and around. Sit up nice and tall. I'm definitely swabbing this wall to my right with my hand, but we do our best. Round into your back space, reach your arms long to the side, round forward, grab your hands, bend your elbows, extend your arms, reach up and around. Really work your shoulder mobility here, okay guys? Sit up tall, knuckles together, round into your back space, reach your arms long, round through the spine, really rounded shape here. Grab your hands behind you, bend your elbows, extend, reach up. Nice. And last one. Round into the back, arms out to the side, round forward. Grab your hands, bend your elbows, extend, reach all the way up. And sit up tall. Nice. Let's release the straps. We'll do a little bit more before we go to our cool down. All right, we got a good amount of core, upper body, lower body, all that jam. So we're gonna go for our feet and straps to wrap up. Headrest is up, one heavy spring and one light spring. Reach back, grab your straps. Lie down, please. So head is on your headrest. Press away from the foot bar, you know the drill. Most likely, legs go up to the ceiling. Long legs, long spine. So really focus on keeping your butt down on the mat. Pretty please keep your inner thighs squeezed together. Lower your legs down and then crease at your hip, come up. One little bitty bit at a time. Lower down and lift back up. Length through the back of the legs. And a lift. So it doesn't matter how high the legs go. Focus instead on keeping your pelvis steady, finding a stretch through the back of the leg. If you're starting to access that as the legs come up, very nice. And when you're ready, Pilates V, heels together, toes apart. Lower your legs down, frog circles. Bend your knees, keep your heels together. Reach your legs straight up. Lower down, bend your knees wide, extend your legs right up. 4 more like this. Last 2. Really fighting to keep your legs straight as you press down and fighting to keep your heels together as they bend to come in. Good. And now we reverse it. Legs bend, press your legs forward and reach them up. Heels stay together as you bend your knees and press out. Three more. Final 2. Man, my left ankle is so crackly right now. I wonder if you can hear it on camera. Leave me a comment if you can. And I think you got a bonus circle, but that's okay. No one's gonna tell on you. Reach your legs up to the ceiling. Big circles as wide as you like. They don't have to be wide, but they can be. Open your feet, draw the legs down around together and lift. What I care more about than a big circle is a controlled circle. So if you find that you are opening wide and then letting the legs shoot back up, no thank you. Keep it small in a range that you can control, please. It's going to be much more worth your time than zipping through a bunch of these without control. Let's reverse it. We'll talk about where control is going to possibly slip here. Circle as big as you like. If you're losing control, it's going to look a little something probably like this, where the springs shoot you up. It even just freaks me out to do it. I know how to take care of myself, so please move slowly, move with intention, move within a range that you can control, but of course you can push it a little bit. See if you can like nudge the boundaries of your range of control a little bit. That's totally fine. Just do your best with intention. 1 more. Very nice. Now let's flex your feet. Pull the ropes down toward your chest. Let's take a little prance, a little jazzercise moment. Yeah, I'm feeling a little better. I don't know if you can tell. Are you feeling a little better? If you were in a mood, hopefully. Bring your legs out to a straddle, as wide as you like. Inner thigh stretch. Bend both knees. Peter Pan if that's more comfortable. One leg bent, the other leg extends to the side. And switch. I'm really close up against this wall today. This is funny. That's all right, we're old duds. And when you're ready, push into the straps. We're gonna take them off 1 bone at a time. Let's take just 1 minute to get back into our breath. Find a butterfly stretch. Soles of the feet together, knees wide, feet on top of the foot bar. You can have your hands down by your sides, on your hips, on your abdomen, whatever you like. Let's just take a moment to take a big breath in. And exhale, release. And as you breathe, try to expand your diaphragm in every direction like an umbrella that's opening wide as you inhale and closing as you exhale. Feel that air direct down into your pelvic floor as you inhale. And then exhale. Feel the pelvic floor lift and engage ever so slightly. Let's take just 2 more. And last one. Bring your feet back to the foot bar. Last spine twist. Knees go to the right side. Twist your neck to go to the left side, gently, of course. Feel that little stretch through your low back. And take a couple of big breaths into that. We want to take our big inhale. And feel any tense muscles just soften as we exhale to help us get into the stretch a little bit more. Not being afraid to breathe into our backs, rather. Knees go to the left, eyes to the right. Notice if you feel any tension in your back. Big breath in. Exhale, release. 2 more, big inhale. Especially trying to imagine that air filling into any tight spots in your back. Last one. And exhale, knees come center. Eyes open if they're closed. Roll up. You did it. You are done officially. Let's leave each other a little love in the comments, huh? If you're having a rough day, let me know. And if you're interested in ad-free workouts, exclusives, and so much more, please check out my website. It helps keep me in business, literally. And I would really appreciate your support. Thank you so much to my members. I could not do this without you. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Hopefully a better day than when you started this. I will see you next time.